So as I was about to upload a video, Leeds United have confirmed that we have made an improved bid for Southampton midfielder Shea Charles worth up to 25 million. So quickly before we get into the actual video, I just wanted to mention it and say Simon Jones is where it's come from. Credible journalist, credible source, and yeah, so Leeds United have improved their bid up to 25 million for Shea Charles. Let me know what you guys think, and I think this one's going to get done and get over the line, but let me know what you think and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome to a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, of course, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning viewer or even a new viewer, please like the video because it helps to get out to new people. Hopefully those new people come in and do subscribe to the channel. The channel's been doing very well recently. Thank you guys for all the support recently, and let's get into today's video, which is of course another news video talking about Leeds United transfers. We've got two players to talk about. One of them will be in more detail than the other. That's why he's the main focus in the thumbnail and the main focus in the title. But we do have two players to talk about because one has a bit more information that we can go through than the other one does on the transfer that could happen to Leeds United. Of course, we'll start off with another link to a goalkeeper. I think that's where we should start off. We should start off with the little one and then get into the big one, the main point of this video and the main transfer that we need to talk about, the goalkeeper. So let's start off with Sweden international. Of course, the starting goalkeeper for Sweden at the World Cup currently, Wendell Zetterström. I posted that completely wrong. He made today his first start for Sweden in a huge debut. Sorry, he just made his debut for Sweden. Eintracht Frankfurt and Leeds United both made contact to ask for price recently, as so did Wolves. So Eintracht Frankfurt and Leeds United both are looking at interest in signing the Sweden international, and looking at him as a goalkeeper. Maybe this is a deal we look at right now and say maybe we don't get him, but this just shows that Darlow probably won't be the #1 next season, and next season we are going to go into the Premier League with a new starting goalkeeper. And that's really all that there is to talk about the goalkeeper situation, because that's the latest link. Of course, we got a link to the Japanese goalkeeper as well, so it looks like that Darlow won't be the starting goalkeeper for next season, and we are looking to bring in a replacement. Whether that means Darlow's going to leave and we're trying to get some profit for Darlow, if we can do that, I mean, that's only a positive as well if we can help, do that. Darlow is homegrown as well, so maybe we can get a bit more based off the fact that he's also a homegrown talent. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But yeah, I just think that we might get some more legs on the transfer of this goalkeeper, or maybe this is just one of those where you look at it and go, okay, so this basically means that Leeds United are going to look to sign another goalkeeper, a new starting goalkeeper, which means Darlow won't be the #1 next season. So that's everything that's really had to be said. Of course, Fabrizio Romano tweeted that out, so it is a reliable source. And the next thing we have to talk about is Leeds United, and the main point of the video, going after another striker. So Leeds United are after another striker. This time it's a striker from the French league. So if we get into this, so it's a striker from the French league. Exclusive things are moving for lufc Sinayoko, probably said that wrong. Ligue 1 clubs as well as Bundesliga and Premier League clubs, including Brighton and Leeds United, are in discussions with the player and his entourage. So both Leeds United and Brighton, out of the Premier League teams, are looking at signing him. Also other teams that are in also Ligue 1 and the Bundesliga, so multiple teams in multiple leagues. And if you look at this, that was done by Henry Moore Media, who is a Leeds United journalist. Journalist for Leeds United. He would be a dream target for Leeds United this summer, as he presents a completely unique profile of striker than anyone currently at the club, which, we talked about when we talked about Zion Fleming, and how we're looking for another different profile of striker, to have 3 different profile of strikers for different games and different situations, and all of them can be used and all of them can play a massive part next season in the Premier League, whether they are starting or coming off the bench. A similar profile to that of Jorginho Rota, which gets me a bit excited. Now, I don't know how about this player. I've not actually watched a single game of him play, so I'm not going to pretend that I know who he is and pretend that I know he's a good striker and know what he's capable of. But this gives me a lot of confidence in him being a good player, saying that he has a similar profile to Jorginho Rata with exceptional ball progression and link-up play. So good link-up play as well, which maybe lays into the fact of maybe we're going to go with the 2 up top more next season. Maybe we're going to try the 3-5-2 more. That's what it looks like. If this signing does happen, he would be used if we're going to play a 3-5-2. So I could see some games where we're like, okay, we want to play with like the 2 behind the striker. So you play a Wilson and an Aronson or an Okafor and these type of players. You play 2 of them in behind DCL. But in certain games and certain situations that we'll come into, maybe you go, okay, we want to actually take one of those wide midfielders, whatever you want to call them, winger, 10, whatever you want to call them, out, and he wants to go more with a 2 striker formation. That's when you could see the likes of a DCL linking up with him. And that's when I look at them and go, we want different profiles for different opponents and different options, which can only make things better. And as I said, during games as well, say it's not working with Wilson and Okafor. So we've got Wilson and Okafor in behind DCL, like with DCL up top, and it's not working. Bang, you can bring one of them off, bring him on, and then play the 2 up top. So it's good to have different types of players where we can change formation and change the way we're playing during games. So yeah, and it gets me excited when I see good link-up play and a similar profile to Jorginho Rata, because we know how good and skillful Jorginho Rata was on the ball and how good he was at progressing the ball forward for us in the Championship, and how good he's, you've seen it in the Premier League in spells. Next up, we have to just talk about, and this is the article basically, we'll go through it. We'll go through the article that was written basically about him, and this will be probably the end of the video. So this is from a French outlet, so I'm not quite sure if all the words are going to be translated correctly, because I have to put the translator in, so hopefully all of them are translated properly. AJA Lacine Sinoco in talks with several French and European clubs. A great architect of AJ Auxerre, which is survival this season, who finished 1 spot above the relegation zone, by the way. So they did finish only 1 place above the relegation zone. He has established himself as one of the real safe bets of our Championship with impressive statistics. The Mali international is more than ever heading for a departure this summer, so it looks like he's already basically, it's already confirmed that he will be entering, he will be leaving his club. According to our information, England, Germany and Ligue 1 clubs are already on the move to snatch the Burgundian striker, an undisputed starter in the 32 Ligue 1 games he has played this season. So this season he played 32 games. He's logically among the 20 most used players in the league. So he's in the top 20 for most used players in the league. More than just a cog, the striker has the real leader of their survival with first-rate statistics with 12 goals and 4 assists. So he got 12 goals and 4 assists last season. The Malian international has simply climbed into the prestigious top 10 of the most decisive players in the top flight. But beyond his statistics, he is a complete striker, tireless in his effort and always valuable, oh my god, in defensive withdrawal. The Malian strike international has often acted as the first defender of his team in a season where they have regularly suffered without the ball. His unfailing commitment has been anonymously praised internally, arriving in the Yon in 2017. So he arrived in 2017. He has now played 175 games, scoring 31 goals and 25 assists. He's also, as you guys read there and heard me say there, he's a striker who's going to press as well, which is also something that we do need. DCL, we saw the running stats last season, how much he ran. He was like 3rd, I think, and the only ones really above him were I can't remember, Aronson and someone else. If last summer the manager had successfully in keeping its #1 attacking asset, rejected the instant advance of RC Lens. So Lens did want him last season, but they were able to keep him and reject that offer to finally extend his contract until 2027. So he then extended his contract to 2027. The situation has now changed. The time for the player to leave has well and truly come. A summer transfer window opened since June 15th, and that's just talking about basically the transfer window, blah blah blah. if he says he appreciates this period of negotiations under his contract until 2027, should once again be one of the major players in Ligue 1, and for good reason. This is no shortage of there's just a bunch of things here, and then it's going into, according to the information about the German club, the French clubs, and the Premier League clubs, of course, of us and Brighton. And then here it is talking about teams as Leeds United and Brighton have also shown a strong interest for the representatives of the Algon, as well as for the main interest party. The roadmap is now clear to find the right sporting project to start a new ambitious chapter. Far from a club he has been frequently and thrilling for nearly a decade. So he does want to leave, and he is going to leave, and that's basically just confirming basically that, you know, he's a good striker who can score goals. You know, we'll go through his stats basically in the last couple of seasons. We'll go through his stats and see how he did overall in the last couple of seasons. But yeah, that was the article. Last season, as we've already read, 32 games, 2,780 minutes, 12 goals, 4 assists. That was last season. The season before that, he played 35 games with 2,332 minutes with 5 goals, 8 assists. The season before that, in the 23-24 season, he had 34 games with 2,065 minutes, played with 8 goals, 4 assists. The season before that was the 22-23 season, where he had 35 games, 1,673 minutes, 1 goal, 2 assists. The season before that, the 21-22 season, he had 32 games played, 1,605 minutes, 3 goals, 4 assists. But looking at it, you know, he's been at the same club his entire career since 2020-2021. So since the lockdown season, he's been at the same club. He's played over 30 games every single season as well. And he's only just, you know, probably entering the best part of his career in the last 3 seasons. As I said, with 8 goals, 4 assists, 5 goals, 8 assists. And of course, last season with 12 goals, 4 assists. So he's only improving and entering probably the best part of his career. He's also only 26 years old, so he's starting to enter that prime years, those prime years as a footballer, around the ages of the 25, 26, 27-year-old, where you get into your prime. And yeah, it looks like he's entering that kind of stage of his career. And maybe this is the type of striker that we do need as well, you know, the striker that could play next to DCL and isn't going to be like the main focus, his link-up play, his way he can drive the ball forward. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. We'll probably get more information about him or about another striker in the coming days as well, because it looks like we are going to be signing another striker. Of course, we need that replacement for Pirro. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.